Non-emergency crews are every bit as busy, taking patients who are unable to make their own way to appointments.
If it's for a procedure, though, they might want you there, you know, to, check you over, check your bloods, things like that, you know. I work for the PTS, the Patient Transport Service. We take a variety of patients, from walking patients to wheelchair to stretchers, into hospitals and hospices for treatments.
We'll have to get round the pole. Hello.
You've got to have a lot of empathy with your patients and a lot of patience with them, because some of them can be quite poorly. You want to step out with me? We're moving away now from the bigger vehicles that we used to have that carried a lot more patients, bringing in smaller vehicles, shorter journeys, so the patients aren't on the vehicles as long as they used to be.
Another non-emergency priority is public health, promoting health and accident prevention in the wider community, often in partnerships. In Lancashire schools, PC Steve Brown and paramedic Sean Tierney are working together in a public health initiative aimed at keeping young people out of hospital and the mortuary.
But if somebody pulls a knife on you, first thing your body's going to do is release adrenaline, so that you can either run away or you can put up a fight, what we call the fight or flight syndrome. We want you to run away. And this bottle here, we're going to use as a demonstration to show you how quickly you can lose some blood. Before you know it, that knife's gone straight into the abdomen and it's cut this big aorta, and suddenly you're losing blood. Now that's 2 litres, that represents 40% of your blood volume. Your mates are panicking, they're ringing 999. They get through to the operator says, please fire ambulance. So you want the ambulance. So you tell the operator where you are, and then she can say, right, Accrington. But before that ambulance has even gone mobile to you guys in that local park, you've already lost 40% of your blood volume.
Over at Hyde in Greater Manchester, paramedic Dave McNally is also doing some preventative work in the community. He's putting life-saving equipment into local boxing hero Ricky Hatton's new business and training the staff how to use it.
I'm just walking out the building. The role that I play in the community is very important, because I get into communities and teach people skills that will save people within their community. And the North West Ambulance Service plays a vital role of getting involved with local communities of different ages, different genders, to allow for a wide and diverse training to be rolled out. Hello, can you hear me, mate? The gymnasium that we've just been training and the fitness centre is going to have one of the public access defibs located in the gym for use if somebody collapses in within the gym and has a cardiac arrest, or within the immediate vicinity to the gym.
Peel second pad and place on bare lower chest as shown. Do not touch.
Everybody stand back.
Analysing rhythm.
Well, I like to run the session in an informal way so that people participate and get involved. It's not a formal training session. There is an assessment that takes place, but I like to embed that the assessment when we're doing the training, so they're not put on the spot to say, this is now a test, you must be assessed on it. The 3 lads that were involved took it quite well. They were young lads, quite nervous. But on the whole, they've embedded the skills and they've walked away knowing that what they can do using the machine that I'm going to place in the centre could save somebody's life.
Push flashing button to deliver shock. Shock delivered.
When he's not at the gym, Dave can often be found on the touchline. The ambulance service attends big public gatherings like football matches, where they provide emergency and safety cover on and off the pitch.
Now NWAS, I think we've got 6 Premier League stadiums to cover, so that in itself creates a lot of work and a lot of cover to provide. We have concerts. Not so long ago in this stadium itself, we had the Commonwealth Games, which I was involved in. A lot of planning and preparation for that. Today, for example, we'll have 19 NWAS staff, and that'll include 2 that are dedicated to the football team themselves. We have 8 staff involving 4 ambulance crews spread around the stadium. We'll have 4 managers, one of them being the incident commander that works in the event control, supported by a member from the control staff who does the communications.
You just don't want to leave it. The corner empty because there's no St John's in that. Yeah, ambulance to your current location, please.
Our ambulance crews, along with police and firefighters from all over the Northwest, come together regularly to train and prepare for major incidents, on this occasion at a fire station in Liverpool, where firefighters are practicing how to ensure paramedic colleagues get to where they're most needed. This specialist team is called HART.
What HART is it stands for the Hazardous Area Response Team, and it's teams of specially trained paramedics who actually work in the inner cordon or hot zone, working alongside fire service colleagues to give clinical interventions to patients prior to them being rescued. We would respond to incidents of structural collapses, patients trapped in tunnels or up in cranes, or also sort of hazardous materials incidents, that type of work.
Thankfully, major incidents like terrorist attacks, derailments, motorway pile-ups and floods are few and far between. But rest assured, if and when they're needed, our emergency services will be ready.
I'm often asked what's the most important part of the service we provide. And that's an easy answer, to be honest. It's about the staff. We can talk about technology, we can talk about vehicles, we can talk about control centres or garages, all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, it's the skills of the staff and the training.
Okay, so we've done the theory then, Dave. We're going to now look at doing the practical aspects of the driving. Just looking at the entire vehicle there, what would you say that's the striking thing? What attracts you first to this vehicle?
You're going to see is the blue light on the side there.
Okay.
We pride ourselves on our training and our educational systems in the North West Ambulance Service, and one thing that we do, and we do very well, is train and train and train.
Our purpose now is to offer maximum protection to all of these road users. The way in which I can do that is to try to tidy up the road.
The throughput of each of the centres, of which there are 3 of them, probably range between 60 and 100 student paramedics in any given financial year.
Myopia airway, which I'll be measuring from the angle of the jaw to the purse of the lips.
We like to think that the people that we select are the right people, both in clinical abilities, skill, and also personality and compassionate, which is the biggest drive.
Signs of bruising, again, which would indicate any internal bleeding.
Good. The training has been very enjoyable, very intense, but the instruction's been good.
Leg, his lower leg, and check his ankle to make sure there was no swelling or deformity or anything.
The driving was pretty much as I expected it to be, whereas the clinical side has been probably more intense. The volume of information you need to take on board and learn has been a lot more than I anticipated.
I would again feel down the femur, check the patella was in place.
Up to the paramedic level, you can either go into the university route or do it as an ongoing training programme within NWAS.
It's an organisation that doesn't stand still with education, and I think it's fair to say if you speak to any member of staff operationally, they would support what I'm saying in terms of how we help staff to develop.
Absolutely fine, well done. Thank you very much. Have a seat.
It's the skills of the staff and the passion of the people which makes a difference. Yes, we've got to have the right vehicles, we've got to have the right technology, but it's the training, and it's also really about getting the passion in there from people who often dedicated their entire working lives to wanting to work in ambulance services.
I absolutely love the job, it's fantastic.
I'd recommend it to anyone that fancies working for the public sector and enjoys helping the community.
You can go home and actually know that you've made a difference to someone. It's good, it's a good feeling.
So by becoming a foundation trust, people will have the opportunity to help us shape services the way they would like to see them. We can't possibly know all the answers about our ambulance service, whether we are doing things correctly in terms of some of the things the public might need or want or wish to happen. Well, by becoming a member, and I must say that membership is free, it doesn't cost you anything, members have an opportunity, for example, to elect governors. The majority of those will be public governors. There'll be some appointed governors and there will be some staff governors because, of course, becoming an FT is also important for our staff. It's important that they feel involved as well. So by electing some of the public governors, members can have a direct route into the governing council, and that has a tremendous role in shaping the way forward. I know that there are lots of other foundation trusts about, but all our opinion polls show, and our public surveys, that the ambulance service in the North West has a very special place in people's hearts, and I'm hoping that that will perhaps encourage people to become members. Once we become a foundation trust, communicating with our members is going to be very, very important to us. It's not a question of sign up and forget all about it. We will regularly be in touch with members with newsletters, surveys, asking them for ideas. We have at the moment a group called Critical Friends, and they have a similar function at the moment in the pre-FT environment. They meet regularly, they give us their views on issues, and we see that will be the case with our members. The public can get involved now in a number of ways. We're out for consultation. This is a 12-week period where we are going out across the North West to engage with local authorities, with other health partners, and with members of the public. There is a consultation document. We've tried to make this as attractive as we can. It's in plain English, it's easy to read, and at the end of it there is a form, an opportunity for people to give us their views on what we have put forward in the document. So that is one way. The other thing I would like to fully impress upon people is that it is true consultation. What is actually said in that feedback to us will help shape our final submission in relation to becoming an FT. So it is really important. This is a marvellous opportunity for people to comment on what we have proposed and make a real difference.